and welcome to my Pilates practice today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll enjoy this session. We're just going to be working on our mats today. You won't need any equipment except you may like to have a little hand towel that you can place behind your head. So just fold it and put on your mat. If you know that you tend to be somebody whose chin faces towards the ceiling rather than having your eyes going slightly forwards, then a hand towel's a good idea. It just keeps a nice alignment with your spine. So we're going to start by lying on the mat. So if you just find the centre of the mat and place yourself down, just check that you are straight, that your shoulders and your hips are in line, and that your head is in a nice position. So you should just be looking slightly forwards. Relax your hands down on your lower abdomen. Have your feet and knees hip distance apart, feet flat down on the mat. And we're just going to start by very gently tipping and tilting the pelvis. Just to start to get a little bit of movement through the lower back and just to feel the position of your spine on the mat. So you'll notice as you tip your pelvis away, your back arches away from the mat. And as you draw your pelvis in towards your rib cage, your back goes down onto the mat. Let's just do one more. In between these two positions, we have what we call neutral spine. So just find that nice neutral position. Move your hands up just a little bit more. We're going to do some nice gentle breaths in and out just to focus on ourselves, to let whatever's been going on in your mind just gently drift away. So place your hands on your lower ribs, fingers just relaxed. If you want to, close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. And take some gentle breaths in through your nose if you can. And then just gently out through your mouth. Lips just slightly parted. If you find it difficult to breathe through your nose for whatever reason, it's fine just to breathe in and out through your mouth. As you breathe in, feel those lower ribs expanding with the breath. And then just gently relaxing down as you let the air out. And again. And out. One more. And gently out. We're going to start with some arm movements. So you're going to float your arms up to the ceiling. We're going to get a good position with our shoulder blades on the mat. So take one hand up to the ceiling, raise your shoulder blade away from the mat and gently place that down. Same on the other side. Lift and place that down. You should have a nice gap here between your ears and your shoulders so your neck doesn't feel that it's cramped up with your shoulders. You've got nice length through your neck. And we're going to slowly take one arm up and one arm down, keeping the shoulder blades drawn down the back. And again, bring them back up and down. So just gentle movement through the arms. Nice and smooth. Try and make the movement flow and try and coordinate your movement and your breathing. I like to take a breath in as my arms come up and gently out as they go down. Your back should be staying flat down on the mat. Nice and steady. One more. Bring your arms up. Take both arms over your head. Keep your spine flat down on the mat. It may mean you've got to draw in a little bit more here. Bring those arms back up. And again, take your arms down, keeping your back in that nice neutral alignment on the mat. Bring them back up. Remember, we're just warming up. Arms back. And up. Now bring your arms down so your elbows are bent and in line with your shoulders. Take your hands to face the ceiling. Rotate your hands down towards the floor. Don't expect them to touch the floor. And then rotate them back. They may touch the floor as you go back. I think it's unlikely that they'll touch the floor as you go forwards, but maybe. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your chest open. Don't let your shoulders crunch up, especially as you rotate forward. You want to lift away from the mat. I can get my arms down then, but if I keep my chest nice and open, I can't. Let's do another couple of those. Nice rotation. One more. Bring your arms down by your side. Imagine you have a piece of chalk on the end of your nose and you're just going to draw a little arc across the ceiling as you turn your head one way. Bring it back up and turn it the other. So you're looking over your shoulder. And again, back up. Bring that back to the middle. Let's just go back to that little tip and tilt. Warm up our backs a little bit more, that lumbar spine. You like to put your hands on the bony bits of your hips. Let that pelvic bowl rock backwards and forwards. One more. Find neutral. Relax your hands down. Slide one leg away. Ooh, crunch. Bring it back in. Slide the other leg away. Keep your pelvis level. Slide that leg back in. Remember, we're just warming up. We'll get on to the more serious stuff a little bit later. Stretch that leg out. Circle your ankle. You can relax your foot down to circle. Nice big circles. Round the other way. Lots of movement through that ankle joint. Ankle mobility is really important. If you've got stiff ankles, you're more likely to trip and fall. Bring that leg back in. Let's stretch the other leg out. Same thing, big circles around with your ankle. Keep your legs still. Isolate that movement to your ankle and your foot. So all those little bones and joints in your foot, they'll be working too. Round the other way. Bring that leg in. Stretch one leg out. Keep it out. Keep your pelvis level. Slide that leg out to the side. And bring it back in. Try not to shorten through your side here as you take it out. Keep long through here. Isolate that movement to your hip. If you want to work a little bit harder, hover that leg as you take it out. And bring it back in. And again. One more. Bring that leg in, stretch the other leg out. Let's do the same on the other side. Take that leg out to the side. Bring it back in. Try and keep this knee up to the ceiling. Mine was wobbling a bit then. One more. Warm those hips a little bit more. Bring your knees in. Let one knee drop to the side. Keep the other knee facing the ceiling. Nice control here. Bring that back up. And again, single leg hip drop. 3 more. We'll do 5 on each side. Last one after this one. That's your last one. Bring this back up, same on the other side. 5 drops on the other side. It may feel different on this side. This hip might work better. Mine doesn't. This is my bad side for my hip. We're all different. Our bodies are different side to side. One more. Bring that back. Bring your feet and your knees together. Keep your shoulders relaxed down on the floor. Relax your hands down. Just do some simple knee rolls just to get a bit of rotation through the spine. Feel that stretch down your side. Keep your shoulders down. Turn your head away from your knees. Bring that back up. Turn the other way. Turn your head away from your knees. Hold that position. Feel the stretch down the side here. Bring that back up. One more to each side. Roll. Turn your head. Hold. Don't worry if your knees don't touch the floor. Just go with what you've got, but keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your neck relaxed. If you're gritting your teeth, you're working too hard. Nice stretch through the side. Keep your knees together, bring your hands behind your head. Now we're going to roll the knees to the side. And you're going to bring your shoulder over. And back. Bring your knees back up. So we're getting a bit of work here through our oblique abdominal muscles. We're getting a stretch through the sides. Take that shoulder back as far as you can. Bring your knee up. Never force it. Don't force any movements. If they don't feel right for you, just sit them out. Or do something you know suits you better. One more. Stay on your side. I've come off my mat a bit. I'm going to wriggle back. Stretch your legs out. Stretch that upper arm out. You may want to put your pillow between your head and your arm. Keep your neck in a nice alignment with your spine. Stack your hips. You place your hand in front. Just rest on your fingers. Try to keep your shoulder nice and open so you're not curling forwards. Gently draw in through your middle. You feel your waist lift here. And we're going to slide the top leg up the other leg so the knee starts to rotate towards the ceiling. Bring it in as far as you're comfortable. Then you're going to extend that leg to the ceiling, flex your foot and pull the leg back down towards the other leg. We're going to do 10. So nice slide up, extend, flex your foot, work the muscles in your leg, draw that leg down. Try and keep your pelvis steady so that you're not rolling backwards and forwards. That's number 3. Take it nice and slow. Don't rush. Get a good range of movement there through your hip. Extend your leg. Flex your foot. Feel those muscles here start to work as you draw that leg down. You feel the muscles on the inner thigh working a little bit too. Nice stretch up and draw down. I'm hopeless at counting and talking. I think I'm on number 6. Keep it steady, keep here nicely controlled, keep your shoulder open. Try to make the movement nice and smooth. Open that hip. Draw the leg down towards the other one. Work your leg as you bring it down. Don't just let it flop. I'm going to do one more. foot, draw it down. And I'm going to go now into a single leg raise and lower. So foot soft to go up, flex your foot, draw it down towards the other leg. Imagine as you're pulling that leg down, you're pulling it through something that's a little bit heavy, like you're compressing a ball between your feet. Nice and smooth, don't rush. Try and keep your head and your neck nicely relaxed. One more. Hold that leg up. Bring the lower leg up and down. 2, 3, 4. Don't forget some nice gentle breaths in and out. 5. I'm holding my leg a little bit high. 6. Try to keep it in line with your hip. 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower both feet and lift both feet. Do 10, 9, 8. Try not to roll forwards. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that upper leg up. Let that lower knee bend a little. Now you're going to draw a little box with your foot. So it's as if you're drawing a square with your foot. You're going to do 10 in one direction, 10 little boxes, and 10 in the other. So nice and smooth. So you're taking your legs slightly forwards, lifting it up, taking it slightly back, not so far back that your back arches. Bring it forwards, lift. Keep that control around here. Keep that core just gently drawn in. Keep that pelvic alignment. Let's go around the other way. 3, 4. I'm starting to feel it in these muscles here. 5. That's the ones we're working. The gluteal muscles, particularly the ones on the outer side of the leg here, med and min. Come on, number 8. Number 9. Number 10. Relax your leg down, let both knees bend. If you need to, give your hip a little rub. And when your legs have recovered, we're going to do a little quad stretch here. So hold on to your foot if you can, and then draw that leg back. If you can't hold your foot, maybe you can hold on to your tights to pull your leg back. And if you can't reach back that way, just take your leg back. So have your knee bent. Oh, a cramp there in the hamstrings. Knee bent, open through the hip here, so you can feel a stretch down the front of the leg. Try and keep your chest nice and open. That's looking nice. Relax down. Roll onto your back. Back into this crook lying position. Just reorganise yourself. Get yourself in a nice position again on the mat so you know your spine is straight. Your hips and your shoulders are in line. Your shoulders are nicely open like they were at the beginning. Your feet are in line. Just gently tip and tilt your pelvis if you're not sure about your neutral spine. We're going to float the hands up to the ceiling. Open the upper chest like we did before. Take a nice breath in, and we're going to just gently bring our hands down and roll up. Nice and smooth. And then back down. And again, nice breath in. As you breathe out, keep your back down on the mat as you roll forwards and back. That's 3, 4. Try to make the work come from the center here, not from your neck. Gently drawing your tummy in to help keep that nice alignment with your back on the mat. Just doing a small crunch. Number 7, let's do one more, like this. Number 8. This time we're going to float the arms above the head, so keep your back down. Bring your arms forwards, and as you bring them forwards, crunch up. We're going to do 8 of these. So nice roll back down. Extend the hands behind. Don't let the ribs flare up. Little breath out as you come up. And then roll back down. Nice and smooth. You should feel your ribs drawing towards your pelvis as you come up. You feel your pelvis doing a little tilt as we come forwards. And then let this relax back down. It's about number 7, I would think. 4 more. This time as you come up, you're going to float your knee into tabletop and relax it down. We're going to do 8 on the other side. Exactly the same. Float up, bring your knee into tabletop, and let that knee go down. If you find this is uncomfortable on your neck, because it is quite hard work on your neck, just support your head with your hand, but try not to pull your head forwards. If you keep your elbow out to the side so you can just see it as you roll up, then you shouldn't be pulling your head forwards. Nice and steady. We're going to go back to the other side. We're going to roll up, and this time you're going to hold as you extend your leg. Bring it back in and roll down. Again, up, extend your leg, bring it in and roll down. 3, 4, think about the position of your back on the mat. Your back should be staying down. If you're finding that your back is lifting slightly as you extend your leg, then take it back a level. Just stick with this float without the leg extend. I've lost count now. Let's do 2 more on this side. We've got the other side to go, yeah? Right, same on the other side. Crunch up, extend your leg, bend your knee, come back down. Number 2. Number 3. Nice extend of that leg. 5. Oh, my ab's getting a bit hot here now. 6. Keep that back down. If you find you're getting tired, take it back a level. Number 8. So let's do the other side. Check your position, take your arms over your head, and then when you're ready, you're going to float up, extend that leg away, draw it back in, and roll down. That's number 1. Number 2. There we go. Make sure your back is staying nicely snuggled down onto the mat. Not lifting away. Leg up into tabletop. Extend that leg away. Hold that position through your centre. And relax down. Extend the leg, hold, bring that back in, and down, and again. Lift, extend, back in, and down. So you may have noticed a little jump in the video then. That's because as we were doing this series, my iPad told me I'd run out of memory. So I'm having to put 2 videos together, which I hope will work. Let's do 1 more. And nice body, full body stretch. Stretch those abdominal muscles out. Stretch your fingers. Stretch your toes. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bring your knees back in. Take them back so your feet are in line with your hips, and we're going to do some hip rolls. So when you're doing this, I want your pelvis to stay completely still, not to roll from side to side. So just feel the position now. The best way is to feel the weight through the sacrum, that big flat bone at the base of your spine. So when you're ready, you're going to let one knee roll out to the side. Keeping everything still. Draw it back in. Let's do 5 on this side. And make sure that the other knee, the one that's not moving at the moment, is staying absolutely still. So we're getting lots of nice control here around this lower part of your body. One more after this one on this side. This is a nice level one. We're going to do the same on the other side. Check the position of your head too and your back. Make sure you're nice and straight. Have your hands and your shoulders relaxed down. Nice gap here between your ears and your shoulders. So you've got your shoulders shrugged up, no tension there. Just let that relax. Keeping this leg really still. Bring that back to the middle. Now you're going to scoop your legs up into tabletop, so knees above your hips. And we're going to do exactly the same. It's slightly more difficult now because we haven't got a base or the foot on the mat to keep us still. So you might find in order to keep your pelvis really steady here, you've got to draw in more through your center. You also may find that it helps if you make the movement slightly smaller. So if you're rolling, make that movement smaller. Bring that knee up. Keep this knee still. Nice breaths in and out. Let's do one more on this side. Bring that back up. So this is for good control around your hips. Same on the other side. This will help. I know we're working on the mat, but strength around this area is really good, and in your core is good for good balance, good posture, nice spinal alignment. So if you have problems with your back, it's good. This is like a natural corset that holds your back nice and steady, keeps it in line. Let's do one more. And back up, place your feet down. Now I'm going to turn round so I'm looking at you. We're going to do our leg series on the other side. So I'm going to relax down onto the mat. Bring my hands behind my head because we did some oblique work before we started leg series. We're going to do exactly the same on this side. So I'm going to roll my knees over to the side first, feeling that stretch down the side, and then bring my hand across and back. And bring my knees up. And again. Nice roll over. Working through your center. So as you roll your knees, roll them slowly, control them as they come down towards the floor. Same with your upper body. So you're not relying on momentum to take you back. You're using the muscles in your core, in your center. Let's do one more. After this one. And again. Stay on your side. Stretch yourself out across your mat. Stack your hips one above the other. If you want to put your hand in front for support, then do, keeping your shoulder open. If you find it difficult to keep your shoulder open, it tends to roll forward, you can always put your hand behind or here with your shoulder back. And we're going to start by sliding the foot up the leg, letting the knee rotate out, stretching your leg up to the ceiling, flexing your foot and drawing it down. We did 10 of these on the other side. We can do exactly the same as we did on the other side. We're going to do that now on this side. So flex and draw that leg down. Feel like you're pulling it down against some form of resistance. the foot, draw it down. And again, draw your foot in, extend up, flex your foot, feel the muscles in your leg flick into action as you flex that foot down. Draw in, extend up, and pull down. Think about what's happening around here. Are you rolling forwards? If you are, try drawing your tummy in a little bit more for a little bit more help with your balance. Leg up. And draw down. Let's do one more. Extend up, try and make the movement nice and smooth. And draw down. Now instead of rotating the leg this time, you're going to keep your knee facing forward. Just going to lift, flex, and draw down. So soft foot to lift, flex your foot, draw down. 2, 3, 4, 5, don't rush, 6, try and make your muscles move nice and slowly and smoothly, 8, 9, 10, hover your foot, bring the other leg up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to raise and lower both feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check you've got your chest nice and open. 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower that bottom leg. Let your knee bend a little bit. And then we're going to draw that box with our foot. So we're going to do 10 little boxes forwards, 10 little boxes backwards. Don't rush. Keeping everything still, just taking the movement through your leg. So nice and smooth. As you come forwards, try and keep your leg in line so it's not dropping right down towards the other foot. Let's do one more this way. And we're going to take the box in the other direction. So we're using the same muscles in a slightly different way. Nice and smooth. One more. And relax your leg down. Bend your knees. You feel that heat in your hip. Give your hip a little bit of a rub. Let it settle down. And then when you're ready, we're going to turn right over onto all fours. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we're going to do some arch and hollow, so a little bit of movement through the back. So you're going to start by arching your back up, tucking your head under, and then you're going to let the movement run along the length of your spine and lift your head. So it's an arch and then a gentle relax back. Be careful when you do that relax back that you don't over hollow your spine. If you're somebody like me, I tend to overwork that part of my spine. I can over hollow it. Just try to take your back into neutral, or maybe a little bit beyond. So nice flowing movement, letting that movement run up and down your spine. So we're getting gentle control through the back, each bone moving one on the other. So nice segmental control. Let's do one more. Bring yourself into neutral. Gently hold your back in this neutral position. We're going to slide opposite arm and leg out across the mat and then raise them so you're in line with your hip and your hands in line with your ear. Bring that down, draw them back in. Same on the other side. Slide away and lift. Down and back in. Again. Nice smooth lift. And in. And again. Alternating side to side. Try to control it so that you're moving your arm and your leg together. So you're coordinating your movement and your movement is nice and smooth. One more on each side. Last one on this side. Bring that back down. Bring your leg in. Now we're going to work on one leg at a time. If your wrists are uncomfortable and you don't want to take weight through them anymore, you can come on your elbows to do this piece of work. If you can stay up, taking the weight through your hands, obviously that's really good. Good to weight bear through your bones as much as you can to help to keep them strong. So we're going to stretch the left leg out, behind, keep your back in neutral, and you're going to take that leg out to the side, touch the floor, lift, bring it back to the middle, take it across the midline and dip it down across over the other leg. So lift, up to the side, dip, over the midline, down on the other side. Nice lift, keep that leg strong, keep it long. Try not to let your knee bend. We're using the weight of the leg here to work those glute muscles, big muscles in your bottom. Nice and smooth. Try and keep your back in neutral. So the movement is just coming through your leg and your hip. And your pelvis will be moving a bit too. Nice dip down. One more. Bring that back to the middle, bend your foot. Let's just do some little pulses up to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax down. Have a little shell stretch. Just relax back down. Give your back a little stretch. If you need to, give your wrists a wriggle round if they're hurting or if they're uncomfy. Then when you're ready, you're going to come back up onto your all fours again. We'll do the same on the other leg. So going to extend that leg back, take it out to the side, bring it over that midline, touch the floor, bring it back up, out, dip, up, across, dip over the other side. This is number 3. Try and keep that back in neutral. If you need to, work on your elbows. Nice breaths in and out. You choose your position for your arms. That leg long. Let's get some nice long lean muscles. Let's do one more. Bring that foot back in. Bend your foot up to the ceiling as if you're pushing up to the ceiling. We're going to push, just little pulses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax back into your shell stretch again. And when you're ready, you're going to bring yourself up. We're going to lie down on our stomachs with our elbows under our shoulders. We're going to go and do some planks. So if you like to do a plank for a long length of time, just stay up and do the variations that I'm showing you. If you want to work with me, we're going to do 3 30-second planks with variations on them. If you are not doing a plank today, what I suggest you do is just scoop up onto your knees, draw your tummy in, hold that position for a while, and then roll back down again, because you are using your muscles in a very similar way. So when you're ready, we're going to draw up into that first plank position, tuck our toes under. If you're doing full plank, come up into your plank position. So get yourself organised. Bring your weight forwards over your hands. Hand positions. You can have your hands together, that's quite nice. Just be careful if you have your hands together that you're not rolling your back. Try to keep your neck in line with your spine. You can have your hands apart, hands to the ceiling, hands to the floor. That's up to you. Keep your tailbone tucked down and under. Should be no pinching in the back. A nice line through your body. Don't want your bottom up or sinking down. So when you're ready, we're going to come out of our plank. So we're just going to bend our knees down and roll down. Have a little breather. Take some nice breaths in and out. So next time when we do our plank, instead of just holding it, we're going to add some little leg lift and lower, lift and lower. So we're doing a little bit more work with our glutes, but you're also working the whole of your body, because I want you to try to keep everything else still. So you're not rocking your hips, you're just doing a gentle lift. So you won't be able to lift your leg a long way. So when you're ready, scoop up onto your knees, tuck your toes under, come into your plank position. Check your weights forward so your head is in a nice neutral alignment, and we're going to just lift one leg and lower. Same on the other side. Nice lift and lower. Again. Lower. Try and keep your body as still as you can. Just lifting that leg. And down. One more. Hold. Relax your knees down. And come down. Have a little breather. So one more to go. And on this last one, we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to try to keep the body really still. And we're just going to lower our knees towards the floor and then stretch them out again. So try and keep your body in a nice straight line. So when you're ready, scoop up, tuck your toes under, come into plank, check your position, and you're going to slowly lower those knees towards the mat, don't let them touch, and then extend them back. Nice and simple. Nice, lower, and extend. Keep your middle drawn in towards your spine, tailbone just gently tucked under. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Lower those knees down. Relax down towards the mat. Relax yourself down. Nice work. Take some nice breaths in and out. Don't worry if you're a little breathless. Planks are hard work. Your body's working hard. It's asking for more oxygen. So we just need to do a little bit of work on our back extensors. So relax yourself down. I'm going to use my towel under my head. You don't have to. It's just nice. Put my forehead on the towel. My hands at the side. Wriggle my legs down so I'm really long through the spine. Shoulders drawn away down the back. I'm going to gently draw my abs away from the mat. Or I'm going to feel like I'm drawing them away from the mat. And then I'm going to lift opposite arm and leg. And lower. Same on the other side. And down. And again. This exercise always makes me think of those lizards that you see pictures of in the desert, where it's really hot and they lift opposite arm and leg up away from the hot sand. Always makes me think of that. So we can make this a little bit harder. As you lift, you're going to bring your head and your breastbone away from the mat. So nice and smooth and steady. Don't rush the move. Make it flow. If you find this is making your back pinch, just do some little leg moves and then do the arm moves. If you want to work harder, stretch your arm out in front. But don't do this if there's any pinching in your back. So lots of variations. Try to keep your gaze down towards the mat so you're not arching your head back. Let's do one more on each side. And relax that down. We're going to do some gentle back extension. So hands down towards the side of the face, or maybe a little bit lower, elbows bent. Legs nice and long again, just readjust yourself on the mat, make sure that you're in a good position. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, just gently lift yourself away from the mat. Push through your arms and lower down. Take it gently. Don't be forced to go up to the maximum move you can do straight away. Do what move is right for you. So if you know that your back is fairly mobile and you can come up quite high, that's fine. Otherwise, keep it small, keep it controlled. Try to keep your hip bones down on the mat. And relax back down. Let's do 3 more. Nice push up. And down. 1 more. And down. Then we're going to roll over. We're going to do some stretches on the other side. So relax yourself down. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your back. Get your sacrum down onto the mat. We're going to draw one leg in onto the chest, extend the other leg right out across the mat. Flex the foot on that leg that's against the mat. Make it work. Draw this leg in. Then you're going to bring your hands behind your thigh. Extend the leg up to the ceiling. We're just going to bend and straighten that leg to start off with. Bend and stretch. And then you're going to hold that stretch at the top. Feeling a stretch running down the back of your hamstrings here on the back of your thigh. Just take your leg to where you're feeling that stretch. Maybe anywhere through this range of movement. I know that my hamstrings are fairly long and I can get quite a good stretch. You've got the other leg out straight. The idea of this is that you have to keep your sacrum down. If you have your knee bent, you're prone to do this, and this really look, oh God, I've got a fantastic stretch. I haven't, I'm actually stretching my back. So if I keep the leg down, I can't do that. Circle your ankle. Nice big circle. Round one way, then round the other. Draw the straight leg in and put your leg you've been stretching, the foot across. Take your knee out to the side. We're going to stretch the area where we felt it when we did those leg series on our side. Draw your foot in. Take your knee out to the side. Again, different positions. If you feel that this is giving you your maximum stretch, then just stay with your foot down on the mat. Don't feel you've got to draw it in. If you don't feel you're getting enough stretch, then you're going to take that knee a little bit more out to the side to open the hip a bit more. We're all different. We're all made differently, so do what is right for you. Listen to what your body is telling you. Stretch this leg out, draw the other knee in onto your chest. Stretch the leg up to the ceiling, and let's do a bend and straighten, a bit of a dynamic stretch through the back of the leg. So each time you straighten, feel you're getting a stretch there through your hamstrings, working that leg that's across the mat. Take your leg up, draw it in till you feel you're getting that nice stretch. Relax your shoulders. Just take some nice breaths in and out. And circle your ankle. Big circles. Round one way, round the other. Try not to let your leg move, just keep that ankle circling. Draw the other leg in, cross your foot over. Find the position that's right for you. Feel the stretch on that outer hip. Relax your foot down. Draw both knees in onto your chest. You want to curl up? Can do. Relax your head down. Just let your back roll around on the mat. Loosen up your back. Just give your back a little massage with the mat. Round the other way. Drop your feet down. Feet together, let your knees drop out to the side. Open your hips. Your back will arch a little. Try not to let it overarch. If you can, tip your pelvis so that you're more level here. Bring your hands together, elbows crossed, and take them up and over your head. If you find that difficult, then just relax your hands down on the mat. This is a nice way to relax the abdomen. It's also giving your hips a little stretch and your shoulders a stretch. Nice press in and out here. We're going to take this into some relaxation. So if you're comfortable here, you can stay here. If your hips are shouting at you, bring them together. Take it into a full body stretch. Get as much length as you can from the tips of your fingers right down through your feet. Good stretch out. And then relax your arms down by your side. Nice gentle breaths in and out. Think about the breathing that we did at the beginning of our session together. Nice and gentle. Relax your hands down, let your feet fall to the side. And just take a moment or two to feel heavy on the mat. circle your wrists. Get a nice fist with your fingers, stretch them out. And again. And bring yourself up to seated. Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that session, and I hope you'll join me again soon.